This broadcast is copyright Polk County Christian School, 2490 West Tower Drive, Bolivar, Missouri. Stop by our school to see what we are doing to provide a Christian education for students in our area. All rights reserved.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we are live and doing an audio check. And looks like audio is good. It's about time for tip-off. Polk County Christian School Knights hosting Lake of the Ozarks Flames. February 6, 2026. I realized I got to change the title of the previous broadcast. Title was a date only, but it said February 5th, but I was running behind and had to get it going. All right, time for tip-off. Josh Venom, and neither player got the tip, but Flames pick up the ball. Number 10 over to 30. 30 swinging it up top. Down to 55 in the far corner, back up to 10. And Lucas Burton tip of the pass. Ball's over to Landon Gray. Bringing it down for the Knights. Landon over to Ledger Rust. Ledger Rust up to Burton under the basket. Burton out to Gray for three. And close, but Burton jumps for a beautiful rebound and goes for the putback and gets it up for two. Lucas Burton, first one's on the board for the Knights. 2-0. Landon with a beautiful steal, and Lake of the Ozarks steal it back, put it up for two, missed the shot. Ledger Rust chasing that rebound down, gets it, gives it back to Gray to bring across. Gray, bounce pass inside to Burton. Burton out to Rust. Rust driving along the baseline, ball's out of bounds, and looks like it's going to be Flames ball. And, they're coming back already. 30, driving down to the baseline. Bounce pass out to 10. 10 with a three-point effort off the back of the rim. Ben Walker clearing the board on that rebound. Gives it over to Venom. Venom giving it to Gray to bring it across. And Gray bringing it down. Venom on the near side. Swinging into the paint. Passes it out to Burton, who backs up. Passes it cross court to Gray. Gray driving down to the baseline, handing it off to Walker. Walker putting it up for a two-point layup under the basket and drawing a foul. So Walker going to the free throw line, shooting for the end one. It's 4-0 currently. And Venom clearing the board on that free throw. So it's still Knights ball inside to Burton. Burton putting it up for two. Nothing but net, folks. 6-0. Flames bringing the ball back down. 30 driving straight through the defenders, putting the shot up in. 32 tipping the rebound out to another Flame player. Back inside to 32. It's off the backboard, no good. 9 trying for the putback. Rust clearing the board on that missed shot. Gives it to Gray to bring it across. And Gray over to Rust on the far side. Rust picking up the pass down to Burton in the corner. Burton up top to Venom. Venom setting up for three. And, high bounce. 10 clears the board on that missed shot. Good effort, though. Venom's usually on with those. Cross court to maybe 55. Back up to 30, 30 to 10, 10 up top to 9, 9 back to 30, 30 driving down the near side, backing into the players, out to 10, 10 up to 9, driving into the paint, going to put shot up, loose ball on the floor. Landon Gray picks it up, make it a fast break, and he's going to slow down, turn around, and looks like a block call on number 3, the ref says. Oh, 3-0, the ref says. Okay. And ball goes to the Knights. Josh Venom bringing the ball in for the Knights. Into Ben Walker under the basket. Ben puts it up for 2. That's what he does. All right. 8-0. Flames bringing the ball down. 30-9. 9-4 on the near side. Up top to 30. 30 over to 10, I think it was. Oh, three-point basket inside and wiggled out. That was a good shot, but it's a miss. Gray over to Venom. Venom. Cross court to Burton. Burton down to Rust under the basket. Rust back up top to Venom for another three-point effort. There. Nope. All right. He'll get that dialed in pretty quick, folks. All right. Flames making a fast break down to the baseline. Bounce pass under the basket. Picked up. Well, almost picked up by Walker. And the Flames get that basket in, so it's 8-2. Venom brings the ball into Gray. Gray bringing it across. Gray to Rust on the far side. Rust passing it back up to Gray. Gray going for 3. There. Oh, folks, those threes are not falling for the Knights tonight. All right. 10, making a fast break down court. He wasn't ready for it, but they keep possession, and it's out of bounds off of White. I think they bounced it off White to get it out, and that's okay. Rules allow them to do that, apparently, so no problem with it. Flames bringing the ball back in. It's in the far corner, and it's out of bounds. Off White again. Folks, if you have not noticed, I do not have a scoreboard camera running at this time. I had it going for part of the girls' game, and it disappeared. And, okay, Gray stealing a tipped ball, but Flames steal it back. That was number 10. Walker grabbing the ball as it's loose and gives it to Gray to bring it back across. Gray over to Venom. Venom inside to Burton and almost stolen. Burton puts it over to Walker. Going for the shot, and Walker going for the putback and draws a foul. So Ben Walker going to the free throw line. Looks like 5-5 on that foul. Venom bringing the ball in for the Knights. Venom over to Walker under the basket, puts it up for an easy layup. That's good for 2. It's 10-2. 30 bringing the ball down for the Flames, driving straight down to the top of the paint, and ref says holding on 3. That's Landon Gray. Timeout White. All right, while we're on a brief timeout, I'm going to take a look at the charging cord going to that camera that runs that scoreboard. See if I can figure out why it's not powering on. Give me just a minute, folks. Hope to have that running for you shortly. Well, I'm going to pause on that for a bit, and it's Flames ball on the near sideline. 30 into 9, 9 down to 4 in the corner, back up to 30 over to 10. 10 to 55 in the far corner. 55 back up to 10. 10 down to 55, driving along the baseline, and there's a block on Venom, I think. Yep, 2-5. That's Josh Venom. He's one of our seniors. We just recognized in the senior recognition between games. Josh Venom, Ben Walker, and Lucas Burton. They're all three out on the court at the moment. That's Lucas providing defense, trying to steal the ball there, wearing number 33. 30 has the ball, puts it up to 10. And 10 driving down in the paint, putting the shot up, and it's a miss. Burton clearing the board, gives it to Walker. Walker over to Gray, and Gray bringing it down for the Knights. Gray over to Venom on the near side. And Venom swinging it up top over to Rust on the far side. Rust driving into the paint, passing it out to Gray in the corner. And Gray driving in, putting up a good effort. But that's a miss, and 10 clearing the board on that. But Gray stole it right back and puts it straight up for 2. That's a highlight reel for Landon Gray, folks. That's a beautiful play. Okay, 30 passing it over to 10. 10 back to 30. Driving down to the baseline. No shot, puts it out to 4. 4 up to 10 up top, going for 3. Oh, close, but not quite. 9 for the putback, and that's good for 2 for Lake of the Ozarks. Landon bringing it down 12-4, still in the first quarter. Over to Rust. Rust out to Landon again. Landon up top to Venom. Venom swinging it to the near side, giving it to Landon, driving along the baseline, taking the screen, puts it into Walker. Walker over to Rust. Rust back to Landon. Landon doing a reverse, going over to the other side, putting it up for a long 2, and that's out. And 4 picks up the loose ball, gives it to 10. 10-30. Nope, 55. 55 down to 30, I think. Or the other way around. I can't quite see those numbers on the front of the jerseys. Landon's bringing the ball back after the Knights get it back from a missed shot. Landon over to Rust. Rust into Walker, and holding call. That's on 1-0, Black. Venom's going to bring the ball in. Alden Gardner subbing in for the Knights. He's going to give Ledger Rust a breather. Venom bringing the ball in. Gives it to Burton in the near corner, up to Gray. Gray down to Venom, queuing up for 3. And it's on the rim, but out. And Gardner with a beautiful rebound and put back. Missed that shot. And Burton with a gorgeous steal, folks. Holy smokes. I couldn't ask for a better steal than that. That was great. Love to see that. That's some good basketball there. And 14-4, Burton going to the free throw line, shooting for 2 as Gideon Walker, number 30, subs in for Ben Walker, number 52. Gideon on the side of the free throw there. Burton up for, I think, the end one. That's correct. His shot is up, and it's good. 15-4. Lake of the Ozarks bringing the ball back. 30 down the sideline, down to the corner, back up to 10. 10 back to 4 in the corner. 4 up to 30. He's going to drive it up to the top of the paint, putting it up for 2. And Gideon clearing the board on that rebound. Good rebound. Gives it over to Burton. Burton over to Venom. Venom brings it across. Back up to Gray. Gray setting up an offense. Gives it back to Venom on the near side. Venom swinging it up top. Intended for Gardner. And that was a good steal from number 9. He puts it up for 2, and it's a miss. And Gardner clearing the board, but then there's a jump ball. 2 players on that ball. Good rebound for Gardner. Possession goes to Knights. Venom bringing the ball in. Gives it to Gray to bring it across. Gray over to Gardner on the far side. Down to Gray in the far corner, and it's out of bounds. Looked like it was almost tipped out by the Flames, but apparently it wasn't. It was just out of bounds on the Knights. 30 bringing the ball down quickly. 5 seconds left in the first quarter. He's trying to get that shot off beforehand, but the ball's out of bounds. 5 seconds left to inbound and get the basket up. 30 passes it into 9, driving straight to the paint, puts the shot up, and it's a miss. And 55, rebound, puts it out to 10, and there's the buzzer, folks. It's 15-4 at the end of the first quarter. All right, folks, I'm going to take a look at that camera, see if it's got a charge to it yet. It does not. So I don't know what my problem is. The camera may just be dead. So I think I'm done messing with that for tonight, and I don't have a spare with me. I'll line up a spare before we get to next week's games and hopefully get that connected and working. All right, so we will not have a scoreboard camera on screen tonight, and so I will try and point at the venue scoreboard periodically through the game, and I'll try and announce the score a little more often. And we're 26 seconds left from second quarter action. When we get to halftime, I'm going to bring up the upcoming schedule for the Knights, and we'll review that briefly. And I will also put out some information about the state championship coming up the end of February. If you're going to attend as a parent or a spectator, I suggest checking into reservations already if you have not and plan to stay, because Joplin, Carthage, Webb City area gets really busy in late February when it's time for the state championship. And Venom with a beautiful steal from the Flames gives the ball over to Gray. Gray bringing it across, swinging it to the near side, down to Gardner, driving into the paint, putting up a good jump shot. And ball's out, I think on... No, it's out on black. Out on white. I thought it was out on black. Not disputing the refs. I can't stress it enough, folks. I don't know the rules, and I can't see as well from up here as the refs can. And I'm distracted looking at all my studio equipment, making sure we're still running. So, you'll never hear me dispute what the refs say. Sometimes I guess at what I think they're about to say. All right, 10 over to 30. 30 on the far side. He's swinging it back up top. Bounce pass down to 9 in the corner. Put up a jump shot, missed it, and Venom picking up the loose ball off the floor. Venom's going to bring it down for the Knights along the far side. He's passing it over to Gray to bring it across. And Gray down the far sideline, down to Gardner in the corner. Gardner up top to Venom. Venom over to Gray. Gray spinning around, getting past the defender, putting it up for 2, and Burton trying not to foul as he's going for the ball, and Flames get it. He checks his feet for a three-point effort, missed the shot. Venom clears the board, gives it to Gray to bring it across. Gray inside to Walker. Walker putting up an easy layup, good for 2. It's 17-4. Flames bringing the ball back, 30 over to 9 on the far side, 9-10. 10 back over to 30, down to 4 in the corner, back up to 10. 10 driving to the top of the paint, puts it out to 9, 9-4, down to 10 in the corner. Oh, almost had a three-pointer in, 55 clear of the board, and Burton getting hands on the ball, so it's a jump ball. Possession goes to Knights. Venom passes the ball into Gray. No pressure. Gray brings it across at his leisure. Gray passing it, bounce pass to Venom. Venom setting it up. Nope, he passed it into Walker. Pass was stolen by 10. Good steal. 10 driving down the sideline. Passes it out to 30, over to 4. Down to 55 in the far corner, back to 30. 30 moving down to the corner, taking the screen, putting the shot up. Gray chasing the loose ball down after the missed shot, making a fast break, putting it up for 2. Folks, that boy has got some moves. All right, 30 bringing the ball back down for Flames. Coming down the sideline, passing it up to 10, over to 55 under the backboard. And Burton saving the out of bounds, passes it in to Gardner. Gardner making a fast break, driving it all the way down. He slows up, passes it to Venom. Good play on Gardner's part. Good steal and a good fast break, but he couldn't get the shot up, so he slowed down, passed it out, and there's a charging call. No, blocking. I guess when you're a defender, it's a block only. Charging has to be on offense, I think. And Venom's going to bring the ball in for the Knights. Venom up to Walker under the basket. Walker, I think jump ball. Yep, 10 got hands on the ball, so jump ball. Possession goes to Flames. And Gray in there forcing a steal, almost had it. Good defense They pass it down. There's Burton with a steal. And Flames steal it right back. And puts shot up. It's a miss. And Walker steals the ball right out of his hands. Venom passed the ball over to Gray to bring it down. Gray's got some room to run. He's going between the defenders and puts up an easy layup. What a beautiful shot, folks. I can't say it enough. I love his moves out on the court. All right, 10 bringing the ball down for the Flames. Over to 30. 30 over to 4 in the near side. Back up top to 30. Driving down to the near side. And 30 bounce pass to 10. Jump shot from inside. And Gardner clearing the board on that. Gardner passing it over to Gray. And Gray passing it down to Gardner to save it from going out. Gardner, well, Flames trip it up. And number 9 ends up with it. Venom greets him down there. And 4 for the putback. Missed it. Gardner gets the ball. Passes it to Gray before they get it. Gray's got some room to run. He's making it down the court, and I think there's a block. Ref says 0. I'm not sure what number that was. I think that's the ref that goes backwards with his number. It might have been 30. All right, Venom bringing the ball in for the Knights as the Flames queue up a couple of subs and pass it into Walker. Walker puts it up and gets his rebound on the missed shot. Bounces it off the backboard to pass it over to Gardner. Gardner putting a couple of shots up. And the Flames end up picking up the ball, and there's a whistle. I think that might be on the Knights. 5-2, Ben Walker with a foul there. That's the Knights' first foul of the quarter. Flames' second foul of the quarter. And Flames bringing the ball in. 30's going to bring it across. 30 down to 9 on the far side, and ref says timeout on Flames. Full timeout. All right, folks, good game. I'd love to see the score a little closer, but everybody's playing hard, and that's really what we want to see. I like to see good basketball, and I hope you do too. All right, folks, you're watching PCCS TV. As always, Polk County Christian School athletes, spectators, families, and staff strive to set a Christian example at all times, on and off the court. And a quick shout out while we're in a timeout to our volunteers here at Polk County Christian School. Coach Chad Burton there in the black shirt with a clipboard talking to the team. And next to him, Chad Burton is our athletic director as well as the head coach for basketball. And then Brian Gray in the, well, I hate to say it, but the Raiders top on the sideline there. He's the one holding the iPad. He's feeding the score to the Game Changer app. And, of course, we've got Nancy Sandidge on the score table running the scoreboard, and she's being assisted by Emily Burton. And they've also got a volunteer there running stats for the Flames. And, of course, our refs here. Appreciate them being here and being professional. All right, Flames bringing the ball in. 9's got the ball. He's passing it down to 30 on the far side. 30. Inside to 9, jump shot, and across the rim, and Burton clears that. Over to Venom, Venom to Gray to bring it back. And Gray driving around the defenders down the far side, passing it over to Venom. Venom coming down the near side. Ball's almost tipped out, but he gives it to Gray for 3, and Venom chased the ball down, missed shot, puts it back up, and Venom and Flames on the ball for the rebound, so it's a jump ball. That was Flames number 7, getting hands on that ball. Possession from the jump goes to the Knights. Venom's going to bring the ball in under their own basket, gives it to Walker. He puts it up. It's across the rim. 10, passing it down court to 9. 9 puts shot up, missed it. Gardner clears the board on that. Gives it to Gray. Gray knows he's got a couple of defenders behind him. He slows it up, puts it across court, and good awareness there. Number 30 seeing the pass and swats it, but the ball's out of bounds before he can get to it. And Venom going to bring the ball in as Rust is subbing in for Gardner. Good showing for Gardner. Love to see that. He's a freshman with the Knights. He's new to the team this year. Excited to have him on the team. He's been a good addition. Very helpful. And Rust has the ball on the far side. He's putting it back out to Gray. Queuing up for 3. There. Oh, nope. I thought that was in. Folks, they are off on their 3 points tonight. This is a change from last night. It was nice to see that last night. And you know what? They're still playing well. I'm not sure. Hello. Okay, we're back. I lost my audio for a minute. And Flames passing the ball in to keep it from going out. Landon picking it up. Making a fast break, putting the shot up, trying to draw the foul. And the ball's out of bounds off the Flames. So it's Knight's ball. And folks, I've now lost my camera, my main camera. I don't know what's going on here. Darn it. All right, give me just a moment. Let me see if we can reset that and figure out what's happening there. Okay, and we're back with that. All right, hopefully that's it for tonight. All right, Flames ball, put it up, missed the shot, and there's a push. I think on 9. Flames number 9 looks like. Yep, that's correct. I'm not saying I saw it. I'm not saying I didn't. I don't know. That's what the ref is signaling, so that's what we're going to say it was. And Landon Gray brings it across over to Venom. Venom to Burton. Burton inside to Walker. Walker across the rim, and 30 picks up the loose ball after the missed shot, make it a fast break. Bounce pass over to 9. 9 puts up a good-looking 2-point shot for the Flames, and it's 24-6. Gray bringing the ball across inside to Burton. Burton out to Rust. Rust driving down to the baseline. Puts it out to Gray. Gray driving along the baseline. Bounce pass to Burton. Burton going for a layup. Good for 2. It's 26-6. 30 bringing the ball across. Driving through the defenders. Putting it up for 2. Missed it. Walker picks up the ball. Giving it to Venom. Venom coming down the sideline. And there's a whistle. Ref says a push. White 2-5. Okay. Gideon Walker, number 30, subbing in for Ben Walker. Alden Gardner, number 10, subbing in for Josh Venom. Both teams have 3 fouls. 35 seconds left in the first half. 30 bringing the ball in, passes it to maybe 9 down in the corner, hits across the rim, and Rust clears the board, gives it to Gray to bring it back. Gray got a couple of defenders behind him, driving around a defender, and there's a whistle. There's a push on Black, 3-0, I believe. White ball on the baseline. Burton going to bring the ball in for the Knights. And Flames are subbing in 23 for number 30. Rust bringing the ball in for the Knights. Gives the ball to Walker under the basket. Walker puts it up and gets his own rebound, puts it over to Burton. And Burton apparently had a holding as he was trying to get the shot up. I don't know if that counted before or after the shot. Looks like he's lining up for a free throw. Yep, I think Burton going to the free throw line shooting for 2. First free throw, nothing but net. Love to see that, folks. Second free throw going up. And Gardner clearing the board on the missed shot with a putback. Missed it. Walker with a putback. Gardner getting another rebound. Gives it to Burton. Burton getting the putback and puts it in. Gets a basket. 29-6. 4 bringing the ball down for the Flames. He's taking it up top to 23. 23 with a long 3-point shot. Missed it. Rust with the rebound. Gives it to Gray. Gray, long pass going for the buzzer beater. He hit the ceiling, or it would have been closer. All right, folks, that's halftime. let's take a look at the night's schedule real quick. Upcoming events. Tonight's game on the top row. And February 12th, middle school boys, high school boys, away game, TCCS Lions at Lebanon. TCCS is the Cross Christian School. First game at 5:30. I don't believe there's Wi-Fi there, so expect those games to be recorded and then uploaded later. Second game's February 13. That's on Friday next week. High school girls, high school boys traveling to Lamont, Missouri, up near Sedalia. I'm waiting to hear from them if they've got Wi-Fi available or not, so I'm assuming those games will be recorded and uploaded later. If you end up getting a notification about live stream, then you'll know that we're live and we've got Wi-Fi. That's high school boys and girls at Show Me Christian Angels in Lamont. That's up near Sedalia. And then on February 17th, our last away game for the regular season, high school boys only, and that's in Springfield at Springfield Trinity. I think there may be Wi-Fi there, so I expect those games may be live streamed. As always, if there's no Wi-Fi available, we're going to record and we'll upload the recording later, so it'll still be on YouTube. It just won't be live. It'll be the same quality, maybe even better actually. February 23rd, our last regular season game, middle school boys, high school girls, high school boys, hosting Marshfield at Bolivar Intermediate School. That's where we played last night, and those games will not be live streamed. We're having a struggle with the schedule, and so I'm going to see if I can get somebody to just pan the camera back and forth and record the games, and then I might be able to dub some audio on them later. That's the last regular season game. February 26th starts the state championship, and the boys and girls are both going to the state championship this year. High school boys, high school girls only. Those games are in Joplin, Carthage, and maybe Webb City, and I believe we're going to try and live stream all of those. We usually have pretty good luck, and so we'll see how that goes. We're hoping to live stream. As always, because the girls are the returning two-time state championships, championship team for Division 4, and they're looking for a three-peat this year. If there's a scheduling conflict and both teams are on the court at the same time, if they're both playing, we're going to give deference and live stream the girls, only because they're the returning champions. So that tournament is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, February 26, 27, and 28. All right, folks, and we want to pause for just a moment, give a quick shout-out to someone special in our PCCS family. She doesn't want any special attention drawn to her, but the staff at Polk County Christian School would like to ask each of you to say a quick prayer for one of our staff members going through some struggles in the next few months. She's got something she needs to deal with, and we hope that everything comes out well with that. And we're just going to say, we want to say to her that we hope she knows that we all care deeply about her, and we know that prayer can and does move mountains, and we hope that everything comes out on the good end with us, and God willing, it does. All right, thank you so much, and have a blessed evening. Let's take that off the screen. We're going to take that scoreboard schedule off the screen, and we'll point at scoreboard here. All right. And I do expect that we will have a working scoreboard in time for next week's games. A camera or, actually I may be able to just do that. Let me see if I can, while we're still on halftime, I'm going to see if I can bring up the manual scoreboard here. Just a minute. Okay, halftime. So I've got a scoreboard. Let me see if I can get a logo on there. For the Flames. All right, players are back out on the court. 33 seconds left from second half action. So we're going to set that period to third quarter. And sometimes I struggle running that scoreboard because it doesn't happen quickly, and I have to run it manually. And if I hit it and it doesn't implement, it looks like I missed it. So I'll hit it again, then I get off track. If it becomes too cumbersome, we'll just do away with it. Flames bringing the ball in. 30 has the ball over to 10 on the near side. Raleigh going to the left now. Puts it up to 9. 9 down in the corner. He puts up a three-point effort, missed it. And Gray passing the ball over to Venom. Gray had to... Oh! I didn't see what happened there, folks. I was watching the ball. And I think that's a foul on 9. And I mean it, I did not see what happened. I'd have to go back for a replay, not that it matters. It's white ball. Gray bringing the ball in. Gives it to Venom to bring it across. Still 29-6. And Venom swinging it over to the near side, far side. And he's going to pass it up to Gray. Gray bounce pass to Venom on the near side. Driving down to the baseline. Passing it in to Burton. Burton back out to Venom. Setting up for three. And there we go, folks. That's what we needed, was that three-pointer. And we'll see if that scoreboard works. 32-6, yep. And Venom stealing the pass from Flames under their own basket. Gives it to Gray. Gray back to Venom to bring it across. Venom over to Rust on the far side. Rust back up to Venom up top. He's working in through the defenders, puts up a two-point effort, and it's out of bounds. And the Flames let it go out, and that's okay. 32-6 with 6:47 in the third quarter. 30 bringing the ball across. He's over to 9 on the near side. 9 back up top to 4. Down to 10 on the far side. Almost out of bounds. Had to pass it back to 4 to save it. It's up to 9. 9 for a three-point effort. Bounced around inside the basket and back out. Venom cleared the board, gives it to Gray to bring it across. Landon Gray passing it down to Venom in the corner. Couldn't get the three-point off, so he goes in for 2. Puts it up, missed it, went for the putback. 30 rebounds, passes it down court to 9. 9 puts shot up, missed it, gets his own putback. And folks, that's good for 2. So it's 32-8, and I need to update my scoreboard there. There we go. Landon bringing the ball back across and over to Venom. Venom over to Burton under the basket, and ball's tipped, and Burton traveled. Well, I guess Flames had possession at the time. Venom into Walker. Walker into Burton under the rim. Burton out to Rust. Rust to Gray for 3. And, off the rim. Walker with a rebound. Going for the putback. And it's in for 2. So it's 34-8. 10 bringing the ball across for the Knights. Over to 9. 9 up top to 30. 30 down to 55 to 9 under the basket. Turns around for a blind shot. Missed it. Rust picking it up. Gives it to Gray to bring it across. Gray coming down the far side. Taking the screen. Bounce pass intended for Walker. And 10 got a hand on it. So it's out on Flames. Going to be Knights ball. Venom into Gray. Gray out to Venom in the corner. Going for three. It's over the rim. And 55 picking it up. Making a fast break. Passes it to 30. Puts a shot up, folks. Almost in. Venom clearing the board. And the ball's out of bounds on Flames. Going to be white ball. Venom passes it into Gray. Gray bringing it across. Coming around the defender. Bounce pass to Venom. Venom inside to Burton. And there's a whistle, a push, I believe, on 10. Yep, ref says 10. Venom bringing the ball in for the Knights under their own basket. He's going to pass it up top to Rust, and stolen by 9. Tipped it over to 30. 30 making a fast break. Passing it to 9. Puts it up. And there was a shove, so apparently a push. And we'll see who that's on. That's on 2-5, I think, on Josh Venom. All right, free throw. The and one is a miss. Walker cleared the board, gives it to Rust. Rust to Gray, and Gray brings it across. And loose ball and backcourt violation. Flames ball. Still 34-8. Flames bringing the ball across. 30's got it. Bounce pass to 55, down to 9 in the corner. Steps across the arc. Well, ref gave him 3. We're not going to argue that. And Gray bringing the ball across. Over to Venom. Venom to Burton. Back to Venom. And charging on 42 White, I believe. We'll see what the ref says. Yep, 42 White. So it's Flames ball. That's 2 fouls each team with 3 minutes 55 seconds left. Flames bringing the ball in. Give it to 55. 55 down to 10, down to 9. No, 4. And lost the ball. Rust picks it up, gives it to Gray. Gray bringing it across. Intended for Venom, and 55 tried to steal it, tipped it out of bounds. So it's Knights ball. Venom bringing the ball in. 30, well, scoreboard says 34. Mine says 37. I'm going to fix mine to match the one in the venue here in just a second. Oh, I put the score on the wrong side. It's 34-12, actually. Venom passing it around to Gray. Gray putting it up for 2. Walker going for the putback. It's across the rim, no good. And the ball's out of bounds on White. Okay, let me fix that scoreboard real quick. 12 for them. There we go. And minus some for the Knights. We're at 34. And 30 has the ball. Venue scoreboard says 34-12. And there's +2 for the away team. 34-14. Okay, my scoreboard matches the one in the venue. And Gray passing the ball. 30 with a steal. And I think that's on Rust. That was a good steal for the Flames. Yeah, I think that was on 42. Correct, 42. Gardner subbing in for the Knights. And timeout White. 30-second timeout on the Knights. Wow, exciting action. These folks come back from, both teams come back from halftime, and they want to win. Nobody's going to give it up. Coach Burton, Coach Gray out there in the huddle on the court with the players. Flames in a huddle over here on this side. All right, folks. Appreciate you tuning in to PCCS TV. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/@PCCS. Polk County Christian School, promoting Christianity and compassion at school. All right, it's Flames ball. On the far sideline, number 30 going to bring the ball in for the Flames. And up top to 55, down to 9 in the corner, up for an instant three-point effort. Folks, that was a good-looking three-point shot. That's what they needed, 34-17. Gray into Burton up top. Burton out to Gardner on the near side. Gardner driving into the paint, and the ball's on the floor, kicked, and looks like it was kicked out on White. Going to be Flames ball. Number 9 going to bring the ball in for the Flames. 34-17. 2 minutes, 42 seconds left, and almost back across the line. 10 over to 4 on the far side. 4, a bounce pass intended for 55, and it's out. Must be out on White. I think he bounced it out of bounds on White, and they allow that, so no problem with that. 30, passing it way up top to 9, going around the defender, and he met with Ben Walker, but apparently Walker was not set like he thought he was. He thought he was okay reaching up to block that. So 9 going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. 34-17 on the free throw line, shooting for 2. First free throw is a miss. He's going to do one more. Second free throw is in. That's the score. 34-18. Gray bringing the ball down for the Knights. Over to Gardner on the near side. Gardner down to Gray in the corner. Gray spins around, gives it to Walker. Walker putting the shot up, drawing a foul, I believe, during the shot. We'll see what the ref says. 2-0, I believe. No, 1-0. And Walker going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. Score is currently 34-18. Walker's first free throw off the back of the rim. Second free throw. Ball's out of bounds off of Black. White ball. Venom bringing the ball in for the Knights. He's going to pass it down to Burton. Back up to Venom. And Venom into Burton. Tipped up by 10. Steal for the Flames. Passed it to 9. Going for an easy layup. And, folks, that's a good play and good for 2 for the Flames. 34-20. A minute and 53 seconds left in this third quarter. Gray brings the ball across down to Venom in the near corner. Pass it an inside, intended for Walker, and tipped by the Flames. They take possession. There's a push. I missed who the push was on. I didn't see the numbers. It was on the Knights. And there's a buzzer. Rust coming in for Venom, giving Venom a breather. Flames bringing the ball. 10 passes it into 55. And there's another buzzer. 5 fouls for the home team, which puts the away team in bonus. They're going to the free throw line and shooting for 2 automatically after that foul. I think they just realized at the stats page, and that's okay. Takes them a second to catch up, and sometimes the game progresses a little quicker than they are ready for. All right, 10 on the free throw line, shooting for 2. His first foul is a miss. It's 34-20. Second free throw is up, and that one's good. So it's 34-21. Gray bringing the ball down for the Knights. Swinging around the far side. He's going to reverse, passes it to Gardner. Gardner stepping just into the paint, putting the shot up, missed it. And 55 passes it to 30-9. And Gray with a fabulous catch on that pass. Fast break, puts it over to Burton. Folks, I love to see that. That was good play. 36-21. Flames bringing it back quickly. They know the clock's running down. And Gray tipping the ball, making a fast break after that steal. Puts it up, missed the shot. 30, clears the board, down court to 55, puts it out to 9. 9, driving down to the corner. He's going to bring it back up. Driving down into the paint, no shot, puts it out to 4. Over to 30. 30, heavy defense, bounce pass over to 4. 4 over to 10, going for 3. And that was a swish, folks. That's the three-pointer for the Flames. It's 36-24 with 36 seconds left. Gray into Burton. Burton into Gardner. Gardner passing it. Bounce pass out to Gray. Going for 3. And, off the rim. And Gray trying to force a steal. Flames put it up from the elbow, and it's good for 2, folks. That's another two-pointer. It's 36-26, a 10-point deficit for the Flames. Gray down to Burton. Burton driving along the baseline, putting it up for 2, drawing a foul. Black 1-0. I think that might have been before the shot. So that's 4 fouls for the Flames. And 7 subbing in for 10. All right. Knights bringing the ball in. Nope. They're going to the free throw. All right, scoreboard says 36-26. Burton shooting for 2. And the first one is a swish. 37-26. Well, the scoreboard hasn't changed in the venue. I may need to adjust mine. I think that's the problem. They only had 4 fouls, and I think the refs were thought the scoreboard was saying 5. So we're going to take that basket away from that free throw. We're going to match up the venue scoreboard, and I try to do that all the time. So it's back to white ball, bringing it in. Burton into Gardner. Gardner to Gray. Ball's tipped out of bounds by Black. White ball. Gardner going to bring the ball in for the Knights. He's bounced past to Gray in the corner. Gray going in along the baseline. Passes it to Walker. Walker puts it up for 2, and the Flames tip it out. But that's the buzzer, folks. End of the third quarter. Score is a 10-point lead for the Knights, 36-26. Exciting game, and both of these teams are absolutely here to play tonight. All right, I'm going to be honest with you, folks. I don't remember the outcome of our last game versus the Flames. I think we played them once before this season. I'm going to look real quick and see if I can find that. We did, and it looks like the last game, the Knights won by 15. Final score was 45-30. That was on Friday, December 5th. But that doesn't mean a lot, folks. These guys are here to play tonight, and they probably remember the last game and want to make up for that. So this is going to be a tough game all the way down to the end. So they could easily make up those 10 points in this fourth quarter. White ball, Venom bringing the ball in for the Knights. Venom into Gray. Gray bringing the ball down. Over to Venom. Venom into Walker under the basket. Walker back it up, putting it up. Missed the shot. 30 clears the board, and he's bringing it down. They know they're on a time crunch. He's putting the shot up and drawing a block from, I believe, Walker. I missed the ref signal. I think that's Walker. So that's 1 foul for the Knights for this quarter. So it's still 36-26, 30 on the free throw line, shooting for 2. First free throw is in. It's good. 36-27. And second free throw is out. Walker with the rebound. Gives it to Burton. Burton to Gray. Gray making a fast break. Driving right through the defenders. Going to put the shot up. Holy smokes. I don't know how he got that in. That was almost like magic. I can't say it enough. I love that boy's moves. All right, 30 bringing the ball down. Over to 9, I believe. Yep, 9 all the way down to the corner. Puts it up for 3. No good. Burton clearing the board on that. Gives it to Venom. Venom to Gray. It's 38-27. Gray bringing it across. Down to Venom on the near side. He's moving down to the corner. Back out to Gray. And Gray bounce pass to Walker. Walker turning around, putting his shot up. Burton getting the rebound across the backboard and draws a foul as he's going up for 2. 38-27 on the venue scoreboard. And Burton on the free throw line. I missed who the foul was on, but it's one foul per team so far. First free throw is out. Second free throw is out, and Walker with the rebound. Black 9 with a foul. All right, Venom bringing the ball in for White. Venom into Burton. Burton over to Gray. Gray back to Venom in the corner, putting it up for 3. And there we go, folks. That's that three-pointer that we like Venom being on the court and doing. He's one of our good three-point shooters. Not the only one. We've got a few out there, but he likes to break them out every chance he gets. But the Flames brought some three-point shooters with them tonight, too. They've shown that. That's how they close that gap. 41-27 at the moment on the venue scoreboard. My screen's matching that, and I just updated the quarter indicator lately. A little behind on updating that. Folks, you're watching PCCS TV. We appreciate you tuning in. If you go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@PCCS, you'll see some tabs beneath the heading information, the page header. There'll be video and live. If you click on the video tab, you'll see content that we recorded and then uploaded later. That can be chapel events, it can be musical events, or homework that students have done in computer class. Content creation. And then if you click on the live tab, you'll see any games that are live streamed or any games in the past that have been live streamed. Like this one right now, you could click on the live tab and watch this live, or come back tomorrow and watch the replay, or next month, next year. Last year's games. We've been doing this for several years now, so I know it might give some opponents an advantage to go see some of our plays on there, but we can go back and watch their plays as well, so it helps us out. All right, Josh Venom stepping out, and I think Josh may have just fouled out. Yep, looks like he may have. Appreciate Josh. He is a fabulous player for the team. He's being subbed by Alden Gardner for a freshman. Alden has been a great addition to this team. All right, 30 brings the ball in for the Flames, and there's a block. I think that's on, 42, Ledger Rust. So it's Flames ball. Number 7 going to bring it in for the Flames. 3 fouls for the Knights, and the ball's out of bounds. It's now White ball. And Burton going to bring the ball in for the Knights on the baseline. into Gray. Gray's going to bring it across. And down to Rust on the far side. Rust handing it off to Gray again. And he's going to pass it up to Gardner. Gardner driving around to the top, going down into the paint, putting up a gentle shot. Walker grabs it off the board, puts it back up for two. And so the score is 43-27 as 30. Looked like a travel. Yep, ref says travel. I wasn't sure if I saw that or not. White ball. Gardner bringing the ball in for the Knights. 43-27 with 5 minutes, 30 seconds left in regulation play. But honestly, folks, it's still anybody's game. We could end up giving it away, letting them take it, them just taking it, or we could end up on top. There's Gray with a three-point, and so close. But there's Walker doing his putback. Good for two. So it's 45-27, 30 bringing the ball down for the Flames. Over to 7 on the far side. And Burton grabbing the ball out of his hands, gives it to Gardner to bring it down. Gardner gives it back to Gray. Gray coming down the sidelines pretty quick, and there's a block. That was on number 2. So 4 fouls for the Flames at the moment. One more, and that'll put the Knights in bonus. Gardner bringing the ball in, gives it to Rust up top. Rust out to Gray, and Gray passes it to Gardner, who's open, goes for the jump shot. It's over the rim and tipped over to the Flames. 30, making a fast break, passing it down to 7, I believe. Flames put it up, missed the shot, tip it out of bounds. It looks like White tipped it out of bounds. So it's going to be Flames ball under their own basket. 30 bringing the ball into 2. 2 up top to 55. 55 back to 30. 30 down to 2 in the corner. Going up for 3. It's off the rim. Gardner clearing the rim for that. Gives it to Gray. Full court pressure. And Gray coming down. Makes it across. And no shot. He's going to bounce pass into Walker. He does his thing. Puts it up for 2, so it's 47-27. And 4 minutes left in the regulation play. And 2 put a shot up. It was a little short. And Gardner with the rebound gives it to Gray. Ball's on the floor, and they pass it over to going for the layup. And Rust refuses to foul. Good point for the Flames. 2 points. Gray bringing the ball down. He's got a couple of defenders behind him. Well, there's a toe on the ball, and Flames end up picking up a loose ball. Pass it over to 2. He puts it up for 3. Oh, wow, folks. That's what they need. That 3-point boost. That'll jumpstart him. Gray making a fast break and maybe a reach or a push. Ref says that was on number 2. And that's 5 fouls. I think they're going to shoot for 2. Timeout, White. Full timeout on White. Folks, exciting basketball. 47-32 with 3 minutes, 34 seconds left in regulation play. The Flames absolutely have their work cut out for them to close that gap. The Knights have been lucky enough to expand it a little more in this fourth quarter. Coming into the fourth quarter, I think it was a 10-point lead. It's not an insurmountable goal for the Flames, but it's going to be a struggle. They're going to have to break out some special plays, I think. All right, Knights are back out on the court. Lucas Burton, Landon Gray, Alden Gardner, Ben Walker, Gideon Walker. Landon on the free throw line, shooting for 2. First free throw, nothing but net. 48-32. 1 shot left. Second free throw is a miss, but Gideon gets the rebound and goes for the putback. Missed the shot. It's out. Nope, it's in. And there's a reach. We'll see who that's on. 5-2, Ben Walker, I believe. That's 3 fouls for the Knights. 3 minutes, 27 seconds left in regulation play. 7 brings the ball into 30. 30 bringing it across. Long pass down to 55 in the corner. Back to 30 for a three-point effort and missed it. Gardner picks the ball up, gives it to Gray. Gray swinging it down the far side, giving it over to Burton, and that pass is tipped. Burton gets it back, gives it to Gray over to Gardner. Gardner got room to move. Jump shot from the free throw, and Ben Walker going for the putback, puts it out to Burton. Burton stepping in for a jump shot, drawing a foul. And it's 48-32 as Burton goes to the free throw line to shoot for 2. 2 minutes, 57 seconds left when the clock starts up again. First free throw is a miss. Second free throw is good. So it's 49-32. 30 over to 7 on the far side. 7 for a long three-pointer. No good. Burton clears the board on that. Gives it over to Gray. Full court pressure. Gray down to Gardner. Gardner keeps them from stealing it. Driving down to the paint, taking advantage of the break, the screen. Missed it, but Gideon got the putback. Love to see that. Gideon's a sophomore on the team. I've really enjoyed watching him mature with his basketball play. He has absolutely come along, and there's a great rebound by Gideon. Okay, ball over to Gray. Gray bounce pass to Burton. Burton bringing it across. Burton down to Gardner. And Gardner going to slow it up, puts it into Walker under the basket. Walker turns around for a no-look shot, and his brother Gideon with a put back over to Gray. I'm sorry, that wasn't Gray, that was Gardner. And Flames end up with the ball. 30 make it a fast break, and looks like a push on 3-0. Gideon Walker. That's all right. Well, that's 5 fouls for the Knights, so the Flames are now in bonus. Yep. That's what the buzzer is. They're getting the ref's attention, saying, hey, 5 fouls, so they're going to shoot for 2. All right. 30 on the free throw line, shooting for 2 for the Flames. Scores 51-32 in the venue. Mine is matching. Here's his first shot. That one off the rim. He's got one more. That one's in. It's good. So it's 51-33, I believe, unless... Okay, there they go. They updated the scoreboard. And it's Knights ball. 1:56 seconds left. 18-point lead for the Knights. Lucas Burton over to Rust. Rust bringing it across, passing it to Gray. Gray spinning around, taking the screen, putting the shot up. Good for 2. And it's 53-33. 30, passing it down to 2, going up for an instant three-point effort. Missed it. And Walker with the rebound over to Gideon. Gideon, well, the ball was kicked out of his hands, and they put it up over to 2. Going back for another three-point. It's tipped up. Walker gets that one. That was Ben Walker on that. Gives it to Rust. Rust to Burton. Burton to Gray. Gray back over to Burton. And 30 stealing that ball. Gets it to Gray. And looks like a block, I think, on White. Yep, 3 White. So, Flames going back to the free throw line, shooting for 2. That's number 2 on the free throw line. A minute 13 seconds left when the clock starts up. First free throw is a miss. And Tyler Anderson, Silas Presley subbing in for the Knights. Going to give Lucas Burton and Ben Walker a break. And Tyler and Silas are going to switch places. Actually, Landon's going to switch too. Landon getting down there on the side of the free throw. Tyler up top. 2. Second free throw is a miss, and Russ chases it down. He's going to give it over to Gray. Gray bringing the ball down. He's getting full court defense, gets past him, and makes it all the way down. Well, there's a whistle. Apparently he stepped out. Flames ball, number 30. A minute, 2 seconds left. 30 all the way down to the corner to 2. 2 steps out, turns around, goes for 3. Missed, and Anderson with the rebound. Anderson passing the ball over to Gideon, and the ball's out of bounds. It's going to be Flames ball. Two bringing the ball in for the Flames. 51 seconds left. 30 gets the ball, driving down to the paint, and there's a whistle. Oh, timeout. 30-second timeout for the Flames. And I think they're going to sub number 3 and 25 in when the timeout's over. I'm not certain, but it looked like they were queued up. All right, folks, 51.7 seconds left in regulation play. And it looks like we will not be going to overtime with a 20-point lead for the Knights. It's going to have to be a lot of free throws to make that happen. Knights are back out on the court, and the Flames are moving out. And yes, 3 and 25 are coming out onto the court. 7 and 4 taking a breather. And it's Flames ball under their own basket. 2 bringing the ball in for the Flames. Up top to, no, that was somebody else. Passed it to 2. 2 back down to 23 in the corner. Put up a good three-point effort and missed. Ball's tipped out. Number 3 gets it but travels. So it's white ball with 40.4 seconds left in the game. Ledger, Russ brings it into Gray. Landon Gray racing down the sideline. Straight into the paint, putting the shot up. It's an easy 2 for Landon. 55-33. And Flames, 23 bringing the ball down for the Flames. Passing it over to 2. Silas almost stole the pass there. Good defense for Silas there. Love to see that. And 2 clearing the board on that missed shot. Passing it over to 23. 23 over to, I'm not sure who that is. 25 put up a good effort. Missed the shot, and Gray gets it back. 2 seconds left, and there's a whistle. Number 2, so Landon Gray going to the free throw line. Yep, okay. Landon going to shoot for 2 with 0.4 seconds left. (55-33) on the venue scoreboard. So mine is matching up. Landon going for his first free throw for this foul. First shot is in. 56-33. Second shot is in. 57-33. Flames, number 2, into 23. Buzzer beater effort, and that's a miss, folks. Final score, 57-33. PCCS Knights on top. What a great game. Thank you for tuning in to PCCS TV.
This broadcast is copyright Polk County Christian School, 2490 West Tower Drive, Bolivar, Missouri. Stop by our school to see what